Hey everyone, it's Debbie from Healing from BPD, and I wanted to do a quick video about here comes Frankie, about a common issue that a lot of people with borderline personality disorder or BPD traits have that can be really distressing, which is a recurring fear that there's something wrong with you, that you're crazy, something's not right. And this can happen for a lot of reasons when we have BPD or traits of BPD, namely this invalidation that we likely experienced earlier in life. So one of the things that Dr. Marsha Linehan says, who is the creator of Dialectical Behavior Therapy skills, DBT skills, the gold standard for people with BPD and BPD traits, it's a lot to say. One of the things that she has said is that there is an environmental factor for a lot of people who develop borderline personality disorder or traits, in that the environment that they were in during their formative years was not validating. And that's not to blame our caretakers. Our parents say they were bad. A lot of times, the people that were caring for us when we were little didn't learn these things themselves. They weren't taught from the people who raised them. Or there might have been other things going on in the environment, maybe domestic abuse or substance abuse or mental illness. It could be so many things. We're not blaming our parents or our caregivers. But if we didn't get that validation, it can cause a lot of confusion in so many different ways. And I can talk more about this if this is resonating and you're finding it interesting and you want me to do more on it. But one example is if you started to cry when you were little because something frightened you or you fell down and you got hurt, and someone said to you, "Don't cry. What are you crying for? Quit crying," or like something to that effect, instead of saying, "Oh no, I see you're scared. I see that you hurt. Are you okay? Do like instead of a reassuring, validating response to the emotional response that you had, that as a child, especially cumulatively, when it keeps on happening, can cause us to feel like our inner compass isn't clear, because I just fell and got hurt or got scared, but someone who loves me and is taking care of me is saying, you shouldn't be. That's not right. You can't be feeling that way. So if you think about that adding up over time, and there are other elements and other pieces too that can contribute, but even just that one piece alone, if we feel a little bit off because we have anxiety, or if we're experiencing physiological symptoms that bring up emotions for us, that maybe remind us of past events and certain things like that, our mind might default to, there must be something wrong with me. I must be crazy. I must be this. Sorry, my Ring doorbell has a chicken sound of chickens bucking. Our mind might just default to, something isn't right, something is wrong, because that's what we have learned time and time again, is that if we feel something, we should question it, right? Or it's probably not what we're thinking. So it's almost like we've learned to gaslight ourselves in a way, strangely. So I want to encourage you, the next time you find yourself having anxiety, panicky feelings, thinking something's wrong with me, I'm not right, I'm crazy, is to say, is that really true? And use a skill from DBT called checking the facts and really look and investigate. Is that really true in the moment? Or is it possible that I'm having the worry thought, that I feel crazy because I feel anxious and can't find a reason for it, or whatever the situation is for you? So when you have that thought, you check the facts, you check everything you can through your senses, what you can see, what you can smell, what you can taste, what you can hear, what you can touch. Have a conversation with someone you trust, who you know will have your best interest at heart, to reflect back honesty and give you clear, accurate feedback, and that you feel safe with. And challenge the thoughts as well. Say, is that true, or is it possible? And then name what your thoughts are, name what you're feeling emotionally, name what you're feeling in your body, and then perhaps use a self-compassionate statement. So maybe I'm not crazy. Maybe I just have a lot of anxiety in my physiology. And just because I don't know why it's happening doesn't mean that I'm crazy. The leap doesn't have to be made. It's not, I was watching one of my older videos about like distorted thinking styles. And there was one where catastrophizing, I'm sure many of you have heard of this, where we sneeze and we go from the sneeze to the grave in our mind, right? We can do that with a lot of things. So catastrophizing can be a big one on this. I feel a body sensation, or I have a strange thought, or I don't feel quite myself. I must be crazy. You're not crazy. All right. I hope this was helpful to you. And I'm so glad to be back. I would really appreciate it if you would hit the like button, leave a comment for me below. I love interacting with you. If you haven't subscribed yet, please subscribe. There's lots more good stuff on the way. And if you want to learn about my online DBT skills classes, you can visit emotionallysensitive.com. All right. Take care, and we'll talk very soon. Bye for now.